We've submitted our consultation to the Local Governments Communities Committee, call for views. They are scrutinising this on Wednesday, the 23rd of December, to see what people's opinions are and to see whether this will progress or not. It's effectively, they're trying to put a cap on rent increases mid-tenancy. So it will be only how much a landlord can increase a rent during a tenancy. And they only want it to be annual as well, but they want to restrict the cap to CPI plus 1%. But they want the Scottish Government to have the powers to change the amount as well, just in case CPI plus 1% is more than what you would do anyway. However, it kind of already exists. So it already exists in the new tenancy regime. To landlords or agents would have to get in touch with the tenant to say they get 3 months notice, and they fill in a prescribed form, say we're going to increase your rent, this is how much we intend to increase the rent by. You can either A, accept, you can either B, accept but propose a different date, or you can reject and just say I want to refer this to a rent officer, and then a rent officer will then decide if the rent is going to be fair or not. Rent officer can say yes, it's fair, or say no, it's too high, or say no, it's not high enough. With a fair rents bill, they want this to go to a rent officer as well, but the rent officer can only determine if it's fair or lower it. They don't want the rent officer to say yes, you can raise it higher. What they want to do is have landlords putting the details of the property into the landlord registration scheme. So it will be that the landlord would have to say, this is the starting rent, this is the size of property, this is how many occupiers there are, this is how much I increased the rent by. So they would then be public register, and it's a lot of cost for local authorities to maintain, and a lot of burden on landlords as well. What they can't stop is the landlord ending the tenancy, getting a new tenant, and starting to rent at whatever level they like. So this is and it's the same with the current system, the system that's in place, and this one. So you're not providing any support for tenants at all on that basis. So probably a lack of evidence, for the requirements. There's a possibility that landlords will not spend additional money on improving their properties, because if they can't get sufficient rent or rent that they think they could, then are they going to improve their properties? Possibly not. Are they going to leave the sector? Possibly. If there's more regulation that's in place. And then if you're looking at less properties on the sector, landlords are then going to be selective about the best tenants, and then that's going to have a knock-on effect for the tenants, really.